My beloved child, without oars, without a compass, without a map, there is only a thick mist all around, making your heart reel. In front of you, no shore in sight. Behind you, no trace upon the water to return to. And in your hands, nothing but empty space. On days like that, all you can do is let go of the oars, not because you have run out of hope, but because you realize that if you keep straining, you are only pushing against the very current your Father has set in place. I have lived through such seasons, when plans fell apart, when everything that once seemed so certain suddenly dissolved like smoke, when you do not understand why one door closes, and then 5 other doors also refuse to open, when you walk through the mornings not knowing what tomorrow will be like, not knowing where to step next, and not knowing whether you are heading in the wrong direction. In those moments, there is only one thing left to do: loosen your grip and let the Father row. Only then do you begin to understand why some boats need no oars and still reach the shore, because the Father himself is the river. He is the breeze that carries you along, and he is the one who sees what lies ahead. Even when all you can see is fog, those dim, misty moments often come very gently, like a thin veil of fog settling over every plan. You think that with just a little more effort everything will become clear. But the harder you push, the more your heart feels unsettled and uneven. In the midst of that restlessness, you begin to realize that clarity is not always something you are given immediately. Sometimes, it is precisely the obscurity that becomes an invitation to learn how to lean into the Father, not to run away, but to pause long enough to hear his voice in the stillness. When I think of this, my heart is suddenly drawn to Abraham, the man whom God called out from the place he knew too well. He set out without knowing the destination, guided only by a word that led him to take the next step. No map, no schedule, no guarantee except the promise of God. Yet he went, like a boat without oars, still moving toward the shore the Father had appointed. His story has never grown old, because it reflects journeys that are very real in my life today. There are times when I too must step out of my comfort zone, leave behind the familiar things I have clung to. There are days when God does not explain. He only invites me to trust and place my feet on a road I cannot yet see. And in that very unknowing, I learn the lesson of a God who acts on behalf of those who put their hope in him. The words of Scripture in the Psalms keep whispering to me, gentle yet deep, commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will act. I am not the one who opens the way. I am certainly not the one who must strain at the oars to make life move forward. All I am invited to do is to commit and to trust. The acting, that is the Father's part, when a single verse, breathed out like a sigh, is enough to calm my heart. I know that peace does not come from understanding everything, but from believing that the Father is at work, even when the fog is thickest. From that foundation, the reminder in Proverbs becomes a small lamp lighting each step I take. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. I often ask myself why the Father wants me not to lean on my own understanding, but as I look back on the journeys I have walked, I slowly understand my understanding is too short, too limited, and far too easily shaken by what my eyes can see. The leading of the Father, however, is sure, gentle, steady, and far broader than anything I could imagine. When I stop trying to force a path according to my own will, I finally begin to notice his hand opening a way through what once looked like a dead end. And then, in my weakest moments, when both body and soul are worn out, the promise in Isaiah lifts me up again. Do not be afraid. For I am with you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. The Father does not promise to sweep away all the fog, but He does promise to be with me right in the midst of it. He does not promise that I will always know the way, but He promises that His hand will never let go of me. That is enough for me to stand firm, enough so that I need not fear, enough for me to know that even when I see nothing, He still sees everything. And in the quiet of this morning, I realize that my heart longs to move more slowly, to breathe more deeply, to open wider, to receive the Father's leading. There are things I need to release. There are things I need to hand back. And there are things that only He has the right to arrange. I am only a small boat, but He is the gentle, vast sea that always enfolds me. In this moment, please let my heart grow still. Let the noise of my worries be set aside. Let my mind open to receive your peace. Let us step together into prayer. Dear Lord, my beloved God, now, as I place my hand over my heart beating softly in this misty morning light, I want to offer up to you everything that is taking place in my mind. There are streams of thought running so fast that I cannot catch them, and there are silent anxieties lying still yet weighing heavily. Lord, please walk into every dark corner of my mind. Please rearrange the chaotic places, so that I no longer have to struggle alone with what lies beyond my ability. As I face the big and small decisions of this day, please let me recognize the whisper of your voice, as Abraham once recognized and obeyed it. Even though he did not see the road clearly, please teach my mind to grow quiet, so I can discern what is your leading and what is only the noise of fear. Lord, in my emotions there are also hidden undercurrents that I do not yet know how to name. At times I am strangely strong, and at other times just one small thing is enough to shake me. Please step into those surging waves as the one who knows every corner of my soul. When I am afraid, remind me that you have promised, I am with you. When I am sad, remind me that my tears are never meaningless before you. When I am so weary that I no longer wish to go on, help me remember that Abraham too had moments of confusion, yet he was still gently led by you through each season of uncertainty. Help me to understand that my emotions are not the enemy of faith, but the very ground where you pour out peace and healing. Lord, I also lift my family up to you in this moment. Please see every need, every worry, every drop of sweat, and every silence that no one can put into words. When my parents are weak, please uphold them. When my relatives struggle, please touch them. When there are tensions in the family, however small, please sow gentleness into those spaces so that we learn to soften, to listen, to use our words like water that cools one another's hearts. Please let each member of my family taste your guidance just as Abraham did, a guidance that is not loud, but steady and sure. Lord, I also ask you to remember the friends who are walking beside me on this journey of life. There are dear ones who are going through hard days, and I can do little more than pray. When their future looks foggy, please be their light. When they feel useless, remind them that you created them wonderfully. When they feel completely alone, let them sense the warmth of your presence. And please help me to be a friend who listens well, who encourages, who carries the breath of your Spirit into every relationship I step into. Lord, in my work, that place which is both joy and pressure, please take the first place. When I step into new tasks, let me not rely on my own strength, but lean on your wisdom. When I hit dead ends, please open even a small path, just enough for me to know that you are walking with me. When I feel that I am not capable enough, remind me that the outcome does not rest in my hands. but in your good and perfect will. When I taste a small success, remind me to stay humble and remember that everything has come from you. Please use the work of my hands each day as a means for me to draw nearer to your presence. Lord, the same is true in my studies and in the knowledge I pursue. I live in a world overflowing with information yet lacking wisdom. Sometimes I know too much and understand too little. Lord, please teach me how to learn what is right and to let go of what is not beneficial. When I seek knowledge, let me also find the light of truth. When I stand amid opposing viewpoints, grant me a steadfast heart and a humble spirit. Let me grow both in understanding and in reverence for you. Lord, I offer to you the most ordinary things in my daily life, every step I take, every brief conversation, every meal, every moment when I catch the sunlight through the window. Please be present in all those small things. Remind me that no moment is truly ordinary when you are there. Turn what seems monotonous into a place where I recognize your tender care. Just as Abraham recognized you day after day while walking through the desert and still being sheltered by you. Lord, in my weaknesses, the hidden stumbles no one sees, the limitations I am ashamed to face, the fears I dare not speak aloud, please come as the healer. When I feel guilty, let me grasp that your grace is greater than all my failures. When I fear I cannot change, remind me that you yourself are the one who transforms hearts. When I feel full of flaws, teach me to see my worth through your eyes, eyes that are always loving, always patient. Lord, I also lay before you the dreams and hopes still buried deep in my heart. There are things I long for but have not dared to say aloud. There are things I have tucked away in a drawer for fear of failing. Please touch every one of those dreams. If a dream comes from you, let it bear fruit. If a dream is no longer fitting, grant me the courage to release it without regret. Teach me to dream rightly, not according to selfish desires, but according to the path you want me to walk. As Abraham longed for the land you promised and persevered in believing, even when it went beyond his understanding. Lord, I open my heart wide before you in this hour, offering every facet of my life, every worry, every joy, every unspoken thing. Please draw near, and please act according to your good and perfect will. I trust that whatever I place in your hands will be kept, guided, and led toward a future that I cannot yet see, but which you already see clearly. Beloved Lord, as I look back on the journey you have led me through, from the clear days to the times when the fog was thick, my heart rises in an indescribable gratitude. I realize that the most precious thing is not the stretches of road that were already bright and clear, but the times when I understood nothing and yet was still held by your hand. In the midst of my anxieties about the future, I suddenly understand a very gentle truth: my life does not rest on what I can control, but on the one who has never let me go, not even for a moment. You are the warmth that keeps my soul from growing cold, the small flame that shines in my darkest days, the strong yet tender hand that lifts me up every time I am weak. When I recall the image of a boat without oars in a sea of fog, my heart understands that surrender is not an attitude of giving up, but a deep trust in the one who sees the path clearly even when my eyes see only white. Father, you do not demand that I be strong at all times. You simply desire that I be honest with myself and honest with you. I may tremble. I may be afraid. I may walk slowly. But as long as I turn toward you, I will not lose my way. You do not wait for me to be perfect before you guide me. You guide me so that I may grow. And that is what makes me realize to surrender is not to lose my freedom, but to find true freedom in knowing that I am in the arms of the one who loves me most. Lord, I want to engrave deeply in my mind and heart a truth that never changes. You are the one who acts. When I let go of the oars, you row. When I do not know the way, you lead. When I am weary, you lift me up. When I doubt, you patiently stay beside me. And when I place my trust in you, you do things far beyond all my small expectations. I once thought that only when I was strong could I do anything good. But now I understand the most beautiful things happen when I honestly acknowledge my limitations, and then see your power revealed gently yet completely. In this quiet morning, I want to offer my whole day to you. Father, I offer every step I am about to take, every encounter that will come, every word I will say, every work I will do. Please place your hand upon it all. Please turn even the most ordinary moments into places where you manifest your providence. When I work, please help me to place my zeal within your wisdom. When I meet others, please use my words like clear water to refresh their souls. When I must face fatigue or trials, please help me remember that it is you who have carried me through seasons far more difficult than this. Lord, I also entrust my family to you, not only for today but for every day to come. Please surround each one with the peace of the Father. Please heal what is hidden deep within each person's heart. Please bind us together in love and patience. Please make us into small lamps that you have lit, so that in our own family each person may sense the tenderness of the one who loves us far more than we have ever imagined. I also place my future in your hands. I do not know what lies ahead, but I know that you are there, and that is enough. Please lead me to the places where your will is done, not to the places I desire according to my own will. Please close the doors that do not belong to me, and open the doors I have not yet dared to knock on. Please help me move forward in trust, not rushing, not afraid, but steady like someone who knows to whom they belong. Lord, I also ask that my very life may become a small testimony that you are still at work in this world. Please let me be an encouragement to someone who is weak, a hand that takes hold of someone who is lost, a voice that reminds someone that the Father still sees them in their darkest days. Please use both the wounds and the healings I have gone through to lift up another soul. Please teach me to open my heart and to step out, so that in everything I do, others may sense your own gentleness. Lord, this morning I want to say to you with all my heart that I am profoundly grateful to you. Grateful for the days that were almost shattered, yet you kept me standing. Grateful for the things I did not understand that later became blessings. Grateful for the seasons of waiting that seemed meaningless, yet became the place where my faith was nourished. Grateful that even when I stubbornly rowed according to my own will, you patiently waited for me to let go so that you could lead me back to shore. And above all, I am grateful that in every fog of life, you remain the light that never goes out. In this moment, I offer you my whole soul, every plan, every dream, every worry, and even the things I do not yet know how to name. Please take them. Please act. Please do what is best according to your will, for you know far better than I ever could. I only want to belong to you completely, keeping nothing back. I pray these things with deep gratitude and a strong trust that you are listening and will act in the Father's perfect time. And if this prayer touches someone's heart, may they share it so that another person may also be lifted up by you. If anyone desires to journey together in growing in faith each morning, may they subscribe to the channel where we take slow, quiet steps, yet full of grace, under the Father's guidance. Amen. May you have a peaceful morning in His loving arms, And please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you will not miss any morning prayer.